Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm really excited because I'm starting to introduce the 2026 planners and journals and notebooks that I'm going to be using. So the first one is going to be the personal planners, and I have two personal planners, and we are going to go together and explore these specific planners. So give me just 1 second in here. We are going to start with, I think we're gonna start with this one in here. This is my Hobonichi. Let's put it in here so it can have its own moment. This is my Hobonichi Weeks. This is the Mega sneaker, and this one in here is actually a little bit smaller, but I created this cover. So I posted this I think a couple months ago when I decided to kind of start making it, and I show you guys how it turned out. But basically I could a specific oh my god, how do you say, a piece of paper that was a little bit thicker, like a cardstock, and then I measure based on one Honishi Weeks that I had for 2023. Let me try to find it. This one in here, I had this one for 2023. It was kind of another Mega, and I did something similar with paper, but this time I did it with the cardstock. So I just used some pieces of paper that I had in there, and I kind of decorated to make it a little bit more of myself. So that's what it is. In here in the back, I also pasted a little bit of a Lillestrom pen holder, and I have in there a pen for next year that is this beautiful Uniball one, so it's gonna be there. The main purpose of having these Hobonichi Weeks is gonna be to have it as an archiving system. I have two. This one is not gonna be archived. This is gonna be archived at the end of the year. This year for 2025, I do have these Hobonichi Weeks that I am planning on archiving. And even though I have been using other planners and moving here and there, this one is mostly up to date. Only 1 month I didn't wrote in here, but it's up to date. So I want to do the same with this one. This is going to be my archiving Honishi Weeks. This is going to be my complete personal planning, kind of like a journal. So when we open it up in this page, I haven't decorated much. This page, I have this that came with the sneaker, which actually I found out what it is. There are actually tabs that you can take off and put back. And yeah, since this one's in here doesn't come with the divided bookmarks like the other Hobonichi, they give you this for you to divide it, which I actually really like this. So I'm keeping it here. The other thing that I have is I have some Randy Dog Plants little icon stickers. So I put them all together, but I have a lot for the weather in here. I like to put my weather in my Honishi Weeks. And then I have these ones for traveling, and I'm gonna put more in here. So this is kind of like my icons that I have on the go in here, even though this planner, I don't think I'm gonna really be traveling a lot with it. I also have one sticky note that is about the to-do list, so just as an inbox kind of paper in there. In here I put the plastic one that came with the Hobonichi kind of weeks, and I also put here this one that I got from Travelers Company. So this one in here is just a baggage check, and it kind of looks cute. Then moving on in here, this page in here, I have two different pictures. I have a picture with my husband for our wedding a few years ago, and then one of my two dogs. So I just wanna keep them with me. And then I have these, they are pasted with just a sticky note, but in here I have this black kind of image that I got from a sticker book. And I put in here the Honishi Station. So that's what I'm gonna have in here. Then moving on in here, I may do this in another video, but I want to actually, instead of the goals, I want this page to be kind of like a vision board. And in here, I put down the 2026 calendar from another kind of planner that I had. so I can cover this one. And this in here, I don't know if you guys can see it, but with pencil, I already line up all the paydays that I have in here. And I'm just gonna have the paydays or days off or travel in this section in here. So I wanna do the vision board for next year, but we still have like a couple months, so I'm not gonna do it as of right now. I also have this with a really sticky note in there, and these are just a small kind of like sticky notes. Not sticky notes, I don't know how you call these things, just a sticker. But I like to put in my months, once the month ends, I like to usually put a circle, so I know that the month is completed. That's all I have done in this page. Not many things are new in here. The next page in here is this one. So this one in here, I pasted in here, or paste in here, and really truly inspired by Lindsay Scribbles. And she pasted in there too some pages that she did it with this washi tape. I did it with just glue. I literally just put glue at the end and pasted in there. This is my cycle log for the whole year. Then the next page in here is gonna be finances. So I have finances in this side for the whole year, and this is mainly no spend on unnecessary stuff. So when you open it in here, you have like necessary expenses or essentials, and also items that I'm already taking notes of, the items that I'm allowed and not allowed. I will do like a more detailed video about my spending for next year and my plans on that, but that's what is gonna be in there. And also in here, the cycle log, if you open it in here and you open this one, I have a pain tracker and a mood tracker. So I wanna see overall how these things relate with also the moon phase that I have in here, like a little thing for the moon phase. So I just kind of see like, oh, maybe I'm on my period, or maybe I'm in this phase of my cycle and I have cramps, I feeling sick, or and my moon is down. Okay, everything is relating now. So I have it in there to kind of like see and relating. So I kind of like it. In here also, when you close it, I have it in here so I can see the no spend, and I have for the months, these are monthly ones that I can take off and then put it in the respective month later on. So yeah, this one is for bills, so I'm taking notes in the bills, if it's gonna be like a bill payment or if it's a necessary thing. And this I will see also the paydays, so I'm gonna keep track of those three things. And then the eating habits, if I am eating out or in, because that's also gonna impact my finances. Moving on into the next one, this is more like YouTube. This will be like YouTube planning ideas. I have two small pages in here and a sticky note for ideas or suggestions or things like that. Moving on in here, I have my travel dates and info dump. So any travel happening or anything, I will have it here. And I have a sticky note for planning, so that one can be again taken out. Moving on, I have in here one for the main highlights of the year. So I want to have main highlights in here and things to remember. So it's going to be just the date and the main highlight that happened. Then moving on in here, this one will be reading. So I'm just going to have the book title, the number of pages, when I started and when I finish it. So that's going to be in here, like the books. And I have a page for the TBR, so the books that people recommend me or things like that. And then at the end, I just have another kind of page for me to put to-do lists or things like that to remember. So this is all my kind of like small insert in here. This one in here, I am planning on doing something health related. I am still thinking about it, but it can be steps or yeah, health, something with health overall in there. So I'm still thinking about that one. Then when we move on, we have the monthly. So let me just try to see a monthly in here that I can show you guys. Yes, this one. I already have all the monthlies set up, but I have some information in there for travel, so I don't want to show it. But for the monthlies in here, I'm just gonna have like any holidays, any birthdays, and in here the month. I really like how I did that this year, because usually I put it in here. However, some of the months, like this one, November, has in here the month. So I just did it in here, and it's so easy to flip through and see the months of the year in there. So all the months already have all the birthdays, all the holidays, and all the things to remember. So that's the monthlies. In here, I have the highlights page. I love this one. And by highlights, I'm like, for example, if I get I don't know, like a promotion, or if I got a bonus, or if my parents came to visit, or like this year I got my citizenship, or things like that, I like to put it in here. So this is gonna be my highlights, YouTube, or things like that as well. So I have to put the title in here for highlights, but that's the page for highlights. The next one in here is these 2 pages. I have it for the 6 months and 6 months. 3 months and 3 months. And then in here the same, but this is mainly for finances. So I'm gonna keep track of the income, the expenses, credit card, emergency investments, and retirement. That's it. And then it comes with the weekly. The weekly in here, I have been trying to do the weekly in so many different areas. Before I tried to do like a health planner apart. Now I'm gonna try to keep it also together, kind of like the sleep, the stress, the steps, and yeah, overall mood. And then in here, a rolling task, at least for December. I'm gonna start this planner in December, so I am really excited about it. Usually on this side, I just keep track of the kind of like the, let me try to find a page that I can share with you guys. Okay, I think I can show you this one. So for example, this page in here is one of the normal ones that I have been using. The other thing that I have done different is just instead of putting the days of the week, I just don't put anything and just put all the to-do list. But I have in here kind of the weather. And then in this side, I have if I go to the office, or if there is anything happen that is made at work, like readouts, or like if I need to do sessions, or if I have to do an event or something. And then in here is the overall what is happening. If there is any time off, or if I have any events or any things that I really need to take care of. I really like to have these things in here, what I'm watching, what I'm reading, and what I'm buying. So in here you can see I watched one show and one movie, I was reading a book, and then I bought 2 different things. And I put like a small sticker at the end down here. It's kind of chunky on the end of the planner, but it's not really that bad. So I'm gonna do the same next year. So that's the plan for here. The only thing that is different is that I'm adding in here my kind of like health related things. So that's the plan for that. And that's gonna be all the weeklies. That's how I'm gonna use the weeklies. I think monthlies, I haven't done much. I started in here. I know Lindsay Scribbles also mentioned this, and I really like that. So I have a few sticky notes, so I'm just gonna put these ones that are recurring. Like for example, I'm paying my apartment, or paying my house, and the paydays. I'm just gonna build up like an index of many sticky notes that are recurring, and I'm gonna keep them in these 2 pages. The other thing that I have in here, I think this is I got inspired this year by Line Museums. Let me try to find the one that I'm doing this year. I was not gonna do it in 1 page, however, I really love how it looks. So I really wanna use this one. And this is like the monthly in themes. And it's so cute. See, you guys can see the month that I didn't use my Honichi weeks, that it was September. Every other month in here, I have it. So it looks really cute, and I want to do the same next year. So basically just putting a few stickers of the overall sticker theme that I use for the month. So that's going to be there. Then apart from that, this is completely open to take notes, to write whatever I want. Last year I did a lot of trackers and a lot of things, and some of them I didn't even use. Like I have health tracker, I have like appointment overview, a stationary buys or monthly favorites. I stopped in favorites, so I'm just not gonna waste a lot of these pages. I think, yeah, I'm not gonna waste a lot of this space for trackers. I'm just gonna keep it open. If it's gonna be like a to-do list of the day, if I use it for dailies, or if I use it for like information list, whatever comes in that day, in that week, this is gonna be my notebook for that. Now in the back, I do want to use the back pages. So the back pages in here, it has these measurements. I don't care about the measurements. I do care about the favorites. So I think I'm going to keep the favorites for next year. I'm going to try to fill it out. Also my handwriting here. I think like I want to build up a bucket list, and like let's see how it goes in different areas of my life. Like it may be per season. Like for example, one area can be work, one area it can be like, I don't know, like health, one area it can be mental health, one area it can be like personal. So I don't know, I'm still thinking about this one, but it's gonna be my bucket list of things that I want to do next year. So I'm still thinking about that one. This one is really good. I like this, the great food, the new friends, the fun times, and the other things. These are really nice. The other thing that I did is this. If you want to take a screenshot and do it yourself, that works too. But I basically never use this 365 because I'm always so confused of if I started in March, I'm like, okay, where is March? I don't know what's happening and things like that. But I went ahead and took the time and put in here the days of the week. So it's gonna be the same day of the week. And then in here, I put 2 lines for when the month is gonna start. And underneath, I wrote the month. So February, and then in here, I also wrote like all of these ones has a line underneath on Mondays. So that's the week start, and I have the name of the week. So the number, sorry. So number week 2 of the month is gonna be here. And then I can see that. So I know like February, this is the week 6. So it start February here, and then I can just easily count when is the month. It's easy to count 30 days instead of counting like, you know, like 147 minus blah, blah, blah. So I know April is here, and if I really need to know the date, I can see it. Otherwise, I can see the day of the week. So I kind of pre-did that, and hopefully it works. And I'm still debating on where am I gonna do it in here. If I'm gonna keep track of, I don't know exactly what I'm gonna track in here, but the tracker is here. I have a few options for that, but yeah. Then addresses in here, I think I'm just gonna keep the address where I live, but at the same time, I don't know. I may not, just in case I lose this planner. But yeah, that's in there. Then in here, I have a few more kind of like tabs and things like that. I have like not tabs, but these are like dot stickers. I have these ones that are like twinkles. These ones are by Randy Plants, and I really like these ones. And also Randy has these ones that are like the weekly, so I like to use those as well. So I just have these ones in here. This is my all like Honishi weeks to have at home. I love it so much. It has a lot more pages, and I think I'm gonna be using it, and yeah, I'm really excited about it. I also have only 2 Honishi weeks and 1 extra that I have for something, but I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna start it until that happens. So I just bought it. But this one is one of the 2 Honishi weeks that I'm gonna focus next year. So really excited about that. Now, you may think, like, if you already have this with a lot of space for personal, what is your other planner? Well, this enters the shot. This is my plotter. Not Pueblo. This is my I cannot talk anymore, sorry. This is my plotter narrow. I actually think this is a Pueblo too, like the material, but it's a narrow one. So it's kind of like a Honishi week size. It's a little bit thicker and a little bit smaller in here. But I love them together so much. This will be on the go because, and this is just a me thing, I think. I like my thing to keep, needs to be organized. I really like to have it organized, pretty, pristine. And at the same time, if it's not getting pretty, I feel like it's easier for me to drop off and not use it anymore. So I have this one. This one, it will be like on the go. It's basically similar, like I'm taking notes on those things. This is how it's organized. Let's move this one out of the way so we give attention fully to this baby. But in here, I have this kind of ruler. I also decorated this with one of those extra pockets in here. I have to put something in the pocket. But if you guys notice, it's the same kind of design. They're twins. In here, I don't have anything in that pocket. I have this other divided. And then I have this divided in here that this is, it has a lot of pages inside each of these kind of like folder divided area. This one in here has kind of like the to-do project in there. So it's just had to do with kind of like the project guide of when it's completed from 0% to 100% and when you finish. So I have this for projects. Then the other folder in here, it has a dotted pages. It has one dotted pages in there just to take any notes. Then in here we enter with the monthlies, actually no, the year in here 2026. And then in here I created this by hand, but this is like a year at a glance, so I can take any notes in there. Again, on the go, everything else is gonna be already pre-planned in my planner. Then we enter into the weekly, and again I'm gonna show you February. So it's really similar. I clear out all the top writing that this came with. This plotter paper was so overcrowded for me, but I just used a lot of clear out. And I just have the same information in here, like the dates and things like that. And this, since it's on the go, is the one that I'm gonna bring to work. And if anything comes up, I already know the information of the monthly that is here. I know it here because usually I plan in here on the weekend and I plan for the whole week. And then in here is more like on a daily basis, I can make any more switches. So that's in there. Is purely planning. There is not many decorations. This is all the months in there, and literally it's all the months. And then I started in here with the weeklies, so I actually should put one more of these ones actually, because the weeklies is starting here and it comes with the annual kind of like information in there, but this is the weekly. So this starts in January, actually, not in December. So let's see how it goes. Well, actually December 29. So the plotter actually has in here a lot of information that I don't really need. It has a lot of numbers and it has like, yeah, numbers all around, so many lines, so many things. It's a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. However, I'm gonna try to use it just really, again, as a scratch paper for the week, and it's on the go planning. So hopefully it's okay. Let's see how it goes. But it has the horizontal. It's starting December 29. So it has the horizontal in here and also horizontal in here. I didn't add all the months. I only have January in here. So let's see how that goes. Then I have a lot of folders still. I have this one with just blank pages. Then I have this other one with that kind of like project paper that it has like the to-do and then the progress. And then at the end, it has in here a lot of pages that are just dotted pages. So again, if I want to take notes on anything and then come back into the journals that I have at home and take notes that are more pretty, I can do that. And I know like for planning, it doesn't have to be pretty, but for me, my brain, it works when I have like a disorganized paper, but also when I flip through something, I like to see it pretty. So that's why I have two journals. Then in here, you just have this dividing thing. The other thing is this. I bought this from Plotter. However, it comes with this in 2 sides and I didn't want that, so I cut it and put washi. So now I only have 1 folder in here. I don't need to have the 2. It was too bulky and overwhelming. And then I show you guys this one in another video, but I have these 2 inserts, one for memory collector that is kind of like memory keeping, and this one that is just for fillings and venting. So I have this on the go as well, so I can take notes in here and then come and digest them in a better way in my journal. The other thing that I have is this is the Travelers Company. I don't have anything as of right now, but I have it in there. This is the folder, so I have it in here. And basically that's it. Oh, I have in here another lustrum, and this one is for another pen holder. And yeah, I have some of this Haugen paper that for some planners that I haven't used in the past. I think I told you guys, I do buy a lot of planners, and the planners that I don't use, I don't like to just throw them away, so I cut the pages and reuse them. A lot of them are like a lot of scrapbooky pages. I give it to my family members. I have given away some Honishi wigs, and yeah, just for the kids to play around. They are being used, not being wasted in there still. So that is all of what I have in my plotter. This is gonna be my on-the-go companion. It is a little bit chunky, but I love the plotter. I love the plotter, and I love my Honishi wigs. I just don't feel like I can just have the Honishi wig as a planner. Again, I need something that grounds me, that looks pretty, and I need something that is useful. You know, they are both useful. They are both planners. This one is on the end of the week, and this one is during the day. My days can be chaotic, but at the end of the week, I need to come and ground myself and plan with a clear mind. So that is the same thing that is happening now with these 2. I have my Honishi wigs that is being pretty, and I have my Moleskine that is crazy notes throughout the day. They both work together really nice, and that's what I'm gonna be doing for these 2. So that's all for the first section of 2026 planners, notebooks, and designs. So the first section is, again, personal planners for 2026. So let me know what you guys think. We are gonna be moving into the different sections of notebooks and things like that. I do have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections, and yeah, usually I do my whole thing, and I never realize that the 6 sections work out, but I usually end up with 2 planners and 2 notebooks at the end of the year. But it's like usually I'm more overwhelmed at the end of the year, but I think I'm feeling really good about all of these things. So this is my personal planners for 2026. I will see you guys in the next video with the next set of different notebooks, planners, and things for 2026. So say goodbye to my personal planners. That's all. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope 2026 treat you really, really nice, and I will see you guys in the next video. So that's all.